I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call and quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, strap, shield my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no giving. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. Down, wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem, man. Perfect, let them watch me. Elevating, got them nauseous. Cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house. And woo! Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead.
It's time! Welcome to DFS by the Numbers with your host, Brady.
Better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers and welcome to Best Bet for UFC 285. We have an absolute banger of a card. Cannot wait to see how we all do this week. We have a four-person panel, four people going at it for this card. We got Lou Betya, we got Gordo, we got Patrick Addicted to Combat hanging out. We'll start with you, Lou. Are you looking forward to this card on Saturday?
Yes.
Let's go. I like it. Me too. Gordo, how about you?
Short and sweet, just like Jamie Pickett's night will be this weekend. It's going to be a fun card. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm happy I'm not forced to give any big plus money plays because that's what the guy above me is going to do right here. Happy to break it down with you guys, and it should be fun.
Absolutely. Last but not least, we got Patrick Addicted to Combat. Patrick, you looking forward to the card?
Absolutely, man. I know we have a lot of chalky favorites here, so I'm excited to break it down with three of my favorite people here and find some sneaky ways to make money at UFC 285. Let's get it.
Let us do it. Before we get started, guys, if you guys can please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. I also did link down Patrick, Lou's, and Gordo's channel down below. Go check that out. Also linked down below, you'll see the current standings. We currently have Lou Betya in first, me second. We'll see if that keeps up after this card. And then also the rules for best bet. If you guys are new, just basically it's you get 10 bets on the card. So for this card, we have 14 fights. So we're going to get to each pass on 4 fights, which is very nice. But we're going to use current lines, and I'm going to refresh to make sure these are up to date. We can take the best line available outside of like 5 dimes because most people don't have that book. So we'll do that. And then after the year, we're all going to have 100 bets total. Winner at the end of the year gets $100 out of my pocket, and then also a championship belt from our guy, Lou Betya. So I don't know. He'd have to give the championship belt to himself at this point, but we'll see if he can keep it with that lead. But yeah, I say we get into it. I know the ceremonial weigh-ins are going on right now, so people will be jumping in as we go through it. But we're going to start with the first fight on the card. We got Esteban Ribovics going against Loic Radzhabov. And let's start with you, Gordo. What is your first bet of the night, or maybe you're passing?
No, I want some action on the first fight. And you know what is a card full of chalk? This is one where I think the line is too wide, but I'm not targeting a side here. I'm getting a bit cute with the prop market. We're going to take Esteban Ribovic finish only line. And I know that people may be going a bit, okay, too niche to get things started. Yeah, kind of. But I think that when we look at the way this fight's going to primarily play out, the two main paths to victory, in my opinion, are either a Radzhabov decision win with his wrestling and control time, or a guy in Ribovic who has danger, who has powerful hands and a solid grappling game, able to catch someone in Radzhabov who is also a bit questionable with the cardio kind of thing. So I think the line's a bit mispriced there. Some good plus money to get the night started. And that way, say Radzhabov does get that decision, I don't get burned too hard to get the night started.
Yep. I'm going to actually agree with you. What was the line on that? I know on FanDuel it had plus 184, but I'm not sure if that's still there.
Yeah, they don't even have it like listed on best fight odds. I think the bbest available on best fight odds is plus 165.
Okay, I'll double check on FanDuel, but I believe I saw plus 184. But yeah, I'm going with that as well. Radzhabov, he looks solid. He's the more well-known fighter. He's fought the much better competition. It's not even close. But I think the most likely scenario is he does go out there and grind this guy out for 15 minutes. But Ribovics, he's dangerous. 100% finish rate, has a ton of power. Radzhabov coming in on short notice. Radzhabov doesn't have the best gas tank to begin with. I think if there's a finish in this fight, I could definitely see it being Ribovics. So I'll take the dog here as well with that finish only. If the fight does go the distance, that bet, of course, is voided. And I kind of like that. Patrick, what do you like it for this fight?
Yeah, I like that prop. I totally agree with that take. And this is a spot where on the first fight of the night at lightweight, we've got two guys that are kind of unknowns in their debuts in the UFC here. Like we've got Radzhabov, who we know from the PFL, but there's been guys that have went to the finale or the semifinals and had horrible records in the UFC. So this guy on short notice, a short notice matchup in general, I'm just going to be careful with this one, not get fancy, just take that Radzhabov money line. I am going with his skill set and his experience and just better strength of schedule. Rybovic's, 100% finish rate, undefeated so far. But I make that mistake sometimes of just assuming that these guys can't make it to the final bell just since we haven't seen it so far. But he very well could, So even though he's got 6 knockouts, 5 subs, I'm still going to lean on the experience and better record of Radzhabov here. So that money line is at minus 240. I think is the best I see out here.
All right, Radzhabov money line minus 240. And by the way, Gordo, that Rybovic's finish only is plus 182 on FanDuel Sportsbook, so I put that. Lou, what are you liking for the first fight of the night?
Pass.
Passing on the first fight of the night, short and sweet. All right, we will keep moving on then. We have Farid Basharat going against Damon Blackshear. Lou, we'll stick with you. What are you liking for this fight here?
Pass.
Really? Another pass. 2 in a row. Okay, Lou is passing on the first
We're trying to get Brady out to Vegas, man. Pass.
Lou's passing on the first of 2 fights. Gordo, are you liking anything in this fight here?
No, Lou, next time I need just blackjack symbols only. Either you hit or you're done. That's it. I will also pass. I won't make it as short because I like to talk a lot more than Lou, sometimes for worse. I just think that this is a fight that they are heavily inclining towards a Basharat decision, which I tend to agree with. And for that reason, there's not much value either side. I want to catch Lou. I'm not going to throw it away on some chalky play. I'm going to pass on this one as well.
Fair enough. Patrick, anything sticking out to you on this one?
Yeah, along those lines, man, I'm kind of up there. The reason I'm last in this damn competition is because I chased Lou at what was that UFC Vegas, Jordan Wright going to his first decision. So I got to dig my way out of this as well. I'm passing on this one just because he got the big favorite Basharat, who I think is going to win, but I don't know how he does it. Does he get the inside the distance? Will he be efficient like his brother and, take this to the scorecards if need be? So I can't pick a side on this one. I'll just pass altogether. Nice to have 14 fights and we can pass in a few of them.
Absolutely. Looks like I will be the one taking a shot here. I like Basharat, obviously, but I'm not going to go out like a minus 450 for the show. Give me that round 3 or decision for Farid Basharat. It's like minus 145 I just saw on FanDuel Sportsbook. Not sure if that's the best price, but I think he wins this fight pretty much everywhere it goes, especially on the feet. And the thing about Blackshear, I mean, he's a pretty solid fighter. He's super tough, never been finished, 4 losses, all by decision. So yeah, I do lean towards Basharat by decision, but I do like getting that extra round in there just in case Blackshear does slow down like he did in the Zalal fight. So give me that round 3 or decision for Farid Basharat, and we'll bring up the current things here. So thus far, 2 fights in, I'm taking Rybovic's finish only plus 182, Basharat round 3 or decision, a minus 145. Our guy Lou Betya is passing on the Rybovic's fight, passing on the Basharat fight. Patrick is on Radzhabov moneyline minus 240, and then he's passing on the Basharat fight. And then Gordo is taking the Rybovic's finish only plus 182, and then he is passing on the Basharat fight. So Lou Betya has 2 passes left. Patrick has 3, and Gordo has 3 as well. Okay, we'll move on to the next fight then. We have Tabitha Ricci going against Jessica Penne. Lou, I think I might have an idea of what you're going to say here, but let's hear it.
Pass.
Okay, yeah, I was right there. So passing on the Ricci Penne fight. Patrick, how about you?
This is a weird one, man, and this fight frustrates me because we had this scheduled at least once or twice before, and I had like a minus 185 or minus 190 on Ricci. Now it's reopened up since they know where our money went the first time, and it's like, what, minus 300 for Ricci? I can't get behind that in her money line. I do think she wins, but Penne is still very sneaky at getting the top control time, ending up on top or backpacking and winning rounds that way. So I'm just going to take the fight goes to decision here at minus 275 is the best price I see that at, just because it is women's strawweight. You've got both women pretty proficient in the grappling as well. So I think it's going to be Ricci just getting takedowns, control time, striking at distance in bursts, and winning a decision there. So either woman wins. Even if Penne gets that upset, it'll still be that fight goes to decision.
Fight goes to decision. You said around minus
275. Yep.
275. Gotcha there. All right. Gordo, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I should be passing, but there's other fights I want to pass on. So I'm going to go the unfortunately chalky route and take Ricci by decision. I think it's the most likely outcome. If we're not counting 5-9 lines, then I think the best available is -138. Could be wrong there. I just think it's the most likely outcome with her takedowns, her top control. I think she's able to do that against an older fighter here in Penne. And you can't pass on them all, right? Well, maybe you can if you're Lou. So I am going to play on this one.
All right, -125, Ricci decision on FanDuel Sportsbook. I'll give you that, Gordo. Yeah, for me, if I was to bet this fight, it would be Ricci by decision, -125, but I'm going to be using up my first pass on this fight. I don't want nothing to do with it, but I do fully think that Ricci goes out there and gets this win, and probably by decision. All right, let us keep moving on then. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. These first 3 fights, they're whatever. Let's get to the good stuff. We have Cameron Simon going against Mana Martinez. Patrick, let's start with you. What are you liking for this fight here?
And I actually do have a bet on Martinez as an underdog here. I'm a little bit less on that since he did miss weight. That I'm not as confident. I think his finish prop is okay as well, but I'll give you that Martinez money line. It's at +220. I got it at +255, and people have been liking that dog shot, so it's come down a bit today. But yeah, this should be a spot where Martinez should be able to steal round 1. I would say with some of the more eye-catching shots. Cameron Simon tends to start a little bit on the slow side. And then Martinez could probably just show that resilience and show this young kid a kind of a veteran lesson here. I just don't think he should be that big of a favorite after being like a -275 over Obi-Wan Shinobi, the pillow Kozlo in his last fight. Now he's taking on Mana Martinez and is even bigger favorite. Not for me. So give me the value side here in my eyes and Martinez.
All right, Patrick taking the biggest plus money prop thus far with Mana Martinez. Well, the money line +220 there. Gordo, how about you? What are you liking in this Simon Martinez fight?
Yeah, lots of variables going around, and I do not mind the dog shot on Martinez, but for me myself, it is going to be a pass. I can't get a solid read enough to put my foot down to be confident, so pass on this one. Should have just done the shorter pass, like Lou said, but we're gonna talk about it and pass.
All right, Lou, are you using up your last pass? You like something here?
Brady, this is your fault.
Oh, are you doing it?
I'm doing it.
Okay.
No.
It's come down a little bit. I am taking Mana Martinez by split decision at +2,000 odds. Simon, and before all you fools hate it, Simon's looked absolutely awful in his first 2 fights in the first round. He really should have lost to Obi-Wan Shinobi the pillow. He fouled him in the second round. Like, he didn't look great. I realize fighters improved. One thing I know about Martinez is he got choked out, but like Stone Cold Steve Austin, he like didn't tap. He just died. Like, he lost because he died. He didn't tap. He's tough. He's been durable. The third round against Ronnie Lawrence. Yeah, I know he got dropped by a grappler. Like, I get it. But man, if you had a Martinez ticket against Lawrence, he fought for your money, dude. Like, he came out. His cardio's good. You know, I forgive the Guido Canetti fight because Canetti's like weirdly tough. And also his coach died 2 days before that fight. Like, his career's a very mixed bag, and I get it, but he's tough. And I think he's gonna hang the whole 3 rounds. Simon's taking advantage of 2 people that totally def-gassed, or in the case of Kozlo, took a fight on short notice, and then he got fouled completely illegal. Like, I feel like people don't understand this. He got like completely wailed on a foul, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna keep fighting," and like the whole fight was different. So I think this goes to distance. I think this line's wide. Give me +2,000 on a split decision. Pass, +2,000. Very Lou. Very, very much what I do.
Goodness. Well, if you hit that, it's gonna be tough to catch up. But I'm going with the fight doesn't go to decision. I know these overs are pretty popular this week, but I'm gonna go fight doesn't go -138. I think both these guys have finishing ability. Mana Martinez probably the more powerful guy. I think he has power in all 3 rounds. I mean, he has 4 knockdowns in just 3 UFC fights. I think both guys are super hittable. Martinez only a 49% strike in defense. Simon, he has some solid power, but it's mostly that volume. I think he can definitely put it on his opponents and put them out. I do lean towards Simon in this matchup, not like -250, -300, nothing like that, but I do lean towards him getting the finish. But I don't want to completely count out Mana Martinez. So I like violence here. I liked it even more after Mana Martinez showed up looking like crap on the scales and missing weight. So give me the fight doesn't go. Minus 138 there. Looking for some violence in this matchup. And what should be a really fun fight. I'm really looking forward to this fight. I think these guys are going to stand and bang. All right. Moving on, we have a very big favorite. I believe the third biggest favorite on the card. We have Ian Gary going against Song Kanan here. We'll bring up the props, and I'll kick this one off. Yeah, obviously I like Gary to win this matchup. It's just kind of how does he win this fight? For me, I'm kind of leaning more towards the knockout. I think the knockout's probably the most likely scenario here. Song Kanong, for what it's worth, has been knocked out 3 times in his career, and he got knocked out by Max Griffin. I mean, Max Griffin has some power, but, mostly a decisionator. I think Gary at some point puts him out here by knockout. I also think Gary could potentially, use the wrestling here. I think that'd be smart, but I do lean towards the knockout, if anything. Minus 130 is where I'm going to go for this. Not a ton of value there, I'd say, but there's really not a great way to play this fight outside of probably that knockout prop. Lou, what are you liking for this Gary fight?
Same thing as you, minus 130 for the KO. And I will say that as soon as he brought his baby to meet Song Kanan, it was like crazy high-level mental warfare. I respect that immensely. He's like, hey, here's my kid. You're going to die. Like, weird. Brilliant. So, KO minus 130, value.
Let's go. All right. So KO for me, KO for Lou. Gordo, what are you liking for this Gary fight?
First of all, it's Machado Gary, guys. Let's
enough.
be respectful here. Come on. I will say I went a bit different. I do think KO is a much likely outcome, but I'm going to stick with Gary, but I'm taking him by round 1 or round 2, minus 134.
Okay. I like that. Gary, round 1 or 2, minus 134.
Yes. Should still be that same line. Let me double check. It's the same. And yeah, that's what it says on the best fight.
Gary, rounds 1 or 2, minus 134. Got you there. Patrick, what are you liking for this fight?
Yeah, not far off, man. I like Gary a lot in this spot, as his money line indicates. But Song Kanan is such a big step down in competition. Even in durability, he's not very good anywhere defensively. So I'm going to be a little bit safer and do that Gary inside the distance at minus 190 on DraftKings right now. So giving up a little bit of percent on that line compared to the knockout boys, but just in case. You never know what's going to happen in this one. But yeah, Brady, you nailed it. You nailed it with the first comment you made about Max Griffin knocking him out cold, not just like TKO. 2 minutes into round 1, he knocked him out cold. So yeah, I think Ian Gary is definitely capable of doing that.
Yeah, definitely not a good look there from one Song Kanan. He hasn't fought in like a while too. So
yeah, almost 2 years.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while. So we got Nick in the chat asking what we had for the Basharat Blackshear, and we have it right there on the screen. So for me, I went with Basharat third round decision, minus 145. Lou went with pass. Patrick went with pass, and Gordo went with pass. So that was the most passed on fight there. But yeah,
in all fairness, I said it way better than Gordo and Pat did.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It was very good, Lou. All right. Let us keep moving on. Then we have Marc-Andre Barrio going against Julian Marquez. Interesting fight here. We'll start with you, Patrick. What are you liking for this fight?
I like Marc-Andre in this fight over Julian Marquez quite a bit. Not Marc-Andre like as a complete fighter over most people quite a bit. He can tend to be a little bit iffy, putting your money behind it. But against Marquez, I think Marquez is way iffier. Marquez is powerful early, but starts to really fade as the fight goes on. And, both guys are supposed to be pretty durable, but they've both been cracked recently. So I just got to take the more technical striking of Marc-Andre. I think he's more technical and for longer in the fight, whereas Marquez is going to be more one at a time striking early. And then as it goes late, he's going to be very easy to level change on. Get caught over swinging. So give me Marc-Andre to power through. Just use that forward pressure. And I'm taking his money line at whatever the best price available is. What's it at now? Last I saw like minus 140, minus 142.
Minus 142. Bet Online Sportsbook.
Yeah.
So Marc-Andre Barrio, money line for Patrick, minus 142. For me, let me check what the price is on this. So for me, I actually like the over in this matchup. I don't like it as much anymore since it's got kind of smashed, but I like the over 1.5, minus 180 here. Even tempted on like the over 2. I'll just stick with the over 1.5 because these guys are going to stand and bang. But man, I think both these guys are super durable. Marquez, he's been knocked out only once. It was by RoboCop in the first round. Marc-Andre Barrio only been knocked out once. It was by Chidi and Jaquani in the first like 20 seconds. But outside of that, like what these guys are known for is that toughness, is that durability. I don't think Barrio has like one punch knockout power. I think if Barrio does win this fight inside the distance, it's probably in the third round. And Marquez hasn't knocked out anybody in the UFC. He has some club and subs. He knocked down and hurt Sam Alvey, but I think this fight does get extended. If not, go the full 15 here. But I'm going to take the over 1.5 just to be safe. But I could definitely see it getting a little bit more extended than that. Over 1.5, minus 180, BetOnline Sportsbook. Lou, what are you liking in this fight here?
I'm going to do a variation of what you said. I'm going to say fight starts round 3 at minus 110. All the same reasons you did, which is funny because I have a prop that the fight will end in round 3, either by Barrialt drowning him and like finishing him late, or by Marquez hitting, like, as you like to say, Brady, some like meme toe hold. He's going to hit him like a toe hold. Like, I mean, isn't that like Marquez wins? He hits like some absurd win in round 3. So I could see Barrialt like kind of just push him against the cage, like trying to tire him out. I don't think either one has really good cardio. I think Barrialt tends to fight through it more. But man, Marquez just hits miracles. So I don't want to pick a side here. Fight starts round 3, minus 110. That's good for me. And also, I really hope the fight ends in round 3 because I do have like a sizable bet on that as a prop. So it was a prop that I considered, then I maybe bet.
Yeah, I was watching your show, Lou, and I heard you bring that up. I was like, man, I like that.
Well, Pat likes Barrialt.
Yeah.
And Cody, Mr. Pay-Per-View, who's down here in the standings. But Cody in Mr. Pay-Per-View.
Blood Money MMA Bets. Put some respect on his name.
I love Cody, dude. But he's down here, and I'm up here. And he likes Marquez. And I'm like, God damn, like, I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to split the difference and be like, somebody dies in the 3rd round.
It makes sense. I think if this fight does finish, it's probably in the 3rd, honestly. So I like that.
I almost did the prop. It's plus 500, but I just gave you like a plus 2,000. I can't can't get ridiculous.
Yeah, you can. You can. Gordo, how about you? What do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, I really badly want to say, Canada and take Barrio, but I know I have the exact same plate written down as you guys, or as Lou, sorry. Fight starts round 3, minus 110. I bet the over 1.5 earlier in the week, and man, without durability, these fighters are nothing. Like I don't think they're talented fighter. They're people who rely on their durability to win fights, and I think they're able to do that again here. Give me fight starts round 3 at minus 110. I think this one gets extended, and for Lou's sake, I hope it ends in round 3.
Yeah, I'll be rooting for it to end in round 3. That's for sure.
But all for Barrio, for Canada and Patrick.
Yes, both Canada and Patrick. So I'm going to quickly go through these so far. This is what we're at. If you guys have not already, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, go subscribe to Lou at the MMA Engine, Patrick Addicted to Combat, and then Gordo Gambles at Plays and Fade Sports, all on YouTube. Links are down below for all those. But for me, I'm taking Ribovics finish only, plus 182. Basharat round 3 decision, minus 145. Passing on the Ricci fight. Taking Simon fight doesn't go, minus 138. Gary KO, minus 130. Mark Underbarrio over 1.5, minus 180. We got Lou pass. Taking Martinez split decision plus 2,000. Taking Gary KO minus 130, and then taking the Mark Underbarrio fight to start round 3, minus 110. We got Patrick taking Radzhabov money line minus 240, passing on the Basharat fight. Ricci fight goes to decision minus 275. Martinez money line plus 220, taking Gary inside the distance minus 190. Mark Underbarrio money line minus 142, and then Gordo taking the Ribovics finish only plus 182, passing on the Basharat fight, taking Ricci by decision minus 125. He is passing on the Simon fight, taking Gary to win in rounds 1 or 2 minus 134, and then taking Mark Underbarrio for the fight to start round 3 at minus 110 as well. I think all that is correct there, but yeah, should be interesting so far. Okay, we'll move on to the next fight. We have a very intriguing fight. We have Amanda Ribas going against Viviane Araújo, and I will kick this one off. And I'm going to take just the Viviane Araújo money line. I'm not going to get cute with it. I think she's kind of live for a finish here, which that is plus 540. Tempting, but I'll just take the money line. I really like Araújo in this match. I'm not sure why Ribas is the favorite outside of her being maybe the better looking fighter. Maybe that's why people are betting her this week. And she is the younger fighter. She's going to have the better cardio, but just stylistically, it seems like a tough matchup for Ribas because, she's going to be the much smaller fighter. She's somebody that's fought at, 115 pounds, whereas Araújo, she's the more natural flyweight here. On top of that, on the feet, I heavily favor Araújo. And on top of that, is Ribas going to be able to take down Viviane Araújo, who has 90% takedown defense, who's much, much bigger? I just think it's a tough matchup for Ribas, and seeing her as the favorite here has me a little bit puzzled. But yeah, give me the dog shot on Viviane here. Plus 100, I think, is the best price out there. And I think she gets it done here. Probably by decision, but a finish would not completely shock me, considering Ribas has been knocked out, I think, twice before. Patrick, what are you liking in this fight here?
Gotta echo everything you just said, Brady. Couldn't have said it better myself. I like the takedown defense, the takedown offense, too. She actually averages quite a few takedowns. Her cardio looks pretty good. I mean, I know the narrative is sometimes Araujo can slow down as the fight goes on. She is kind of fast twitch and explosive, but in a 3-round fight, I mean, she just got through a 5-round fight with somebody who's challenging for the belt on this card. So I know every time you watch commentary in an Amanda Hebas fight, they're always talking about the refined and enhanced striking she has, but defensively, I just don't see it. I think she's going to get pieced up by the better strikes as she gets in range. So I do have a money line bet on Araujo, and I'll take her on this best bet as well, plus 100.
All right, Patrick going with Araujo money line. Gordo, how about you? What are you liking for this fight?
Exact same for me. I am on Araujo here as well. And I'll be honest, this was the fight that was on the precipice of being cut as a pass, but you got to play 10 of them. And if I'm looking for any bet on this fight, nothing really stands out as in the prop market. I think that Araujo can get it done in a multitude of ways, but I do think she should be favored in the spot, and I will take her here as an underdog.
All right, 3 in a row. Lou, what do you got?
I want to make it 4 in a row, and I'm going to make this my best bet.
Oh,
well, you're not supposed to tell us yet, but maybe a little sneak peek, I guess.
I don't know why Ribas is fighting at this weight. And as far as Ruder's cardio looked great against Grasso, looked good against Andrea Lee. I'm not worried about the cardio. All you age shamer mother effers out there. She's 36. She's 9 years younger than me, and I got cardio for days. I ain't worried about her cardio here in a 3-round fight. I don't think Ribas can take her down, which I mean, her head and arm throws aren't going to work here. Like, I don't know what she can really do. I love Araujo in this spot. I have like a sizable tracked bet on her too. So all day. I think these odds are like bananas. Like,
Yeah.
You have somebody who just fought in a main event, a 5-round fight, main event, and looked good in the late rounds. And the best thing anybody I've heard say about Hebas all week is, well, I thought she beat Chukagian. But that's like the nicest thing. But like, I've heard no like her skill set comments. I've heard, well, she should have beat, well, I thought she beat Chukagian. Like, that's not like a comment on her skill set. Like, she controlled Chukagian and did nothing. And Chuk, Quakertown, PA, stand up. But I don't know, man. I think Araujo all day. And I love the fit, by the way. And I have a prop on the finish as well. I do think she gets her out of there. Ribas,
you got the KO or you got the inside?
I took in the distance. It was plus 400. I didn't screw. I'm never screwing around with like, yeah.
Okay, cool. I
considered it, and then I bet it.
Fair enough, dude. All right, let's keep moving on. We have a couple fights still left on these prelims, and we have Derek Brunson going against Dricus du Plessis. And yeah, I'll kick this one off. First of all, I really like the fight doesn't go to decision in this matchup, and I do have a bet on that. Little bit chalky for the show here. I'm gonna give out du Plessis inside the distance here, which was that minus 120. So du Plessis inside the distance. I'll go minus 120 here for him inside the distance. I think that Brunson may have some success here early on in the fight, potentially. It's just at some point in the fight. It could be early. It could be in the middle of the fight. It could be in the 3rd round. At some point in this fight, I think du Plessis is going to get him out of here. Derek Brunson, 39 years old. Not age shaming, Lou, but it's a fact. He's 39 years old. He has that blonde hair. His blonde hair. Right. On top of that, the durability's gone. I mean, super fragile. The cardio looked off in the last fight against Cannonier, which is weird because Brunson's cardio has been looking much better as of late. But I just think that at some point, du Plessis is going to touch that chin, give Brunson like a 6th knockout loss at some point. And instead of playing the fight doesn't go, which I like a little bit better, give me the du Plessis inside the distance minus 120 there. Lou, what are you liking for this fight?
If you're going to give me that minus 145 under 2.5 for this contest, I'm about it.
That's 5 dimes.
So I don't get that?
Nah.
All right, give me the 180. I don't give a shit.
Gotcha.
I don't give a shit because I'll tell you right now, and I have a pretty big bet on du Plessis in the distance. I loved his work on Homeland, like with Claire Danes. I thought he was great. Like, he did a great job as like the returning veteran. And it's cool that he fights now, and nobody's getting this joke, which is cool. Like, the intelligent ones will. That's fine. So I can't like not discount Brunson taking him down in the first round and wrapping him up because I don't love Duplessis' takedown defense. And I think Brunson is very live for a round 1 finish here. As far as the cardio concerns, everything you said, Brady, is like absolute. And he's 39. It's like his cardio is not going to get better. I love Duplessis. I do think he wins by round 2 finish. Like, I have a prop on that, but I cannot discount that Brunson doesn't get him out in the first. He's also a great DraftKings. Like, you have to have some of him in a lineup. I know that's not the point of the show, but like,
Yeah.
He wins you $100,000 if he gets a first round finish. So give me the under 2.5 at -180. I don't care. You know I hate juice. You know the way I bet, but I'll be a little safer on this one.
Gotcha. I like it. Gordo, how about you? What are you liking for this fight?
I have to agree with the good-looking old man above me. I just mess with you. I know. Let me hear it. No, I have to agree. I think there's multitude ways this could go down. And you know what? If best fight odds shows I think Brunson most takedowns listed at like -160 or something like that. If I could bet that as my best bet, I would. But we're gonna take the under here. I think it ends one way or the other. And you know what? For DraftKings purposes, you can cheer for Blonde Brunson, but I just want an entertaining fight, and I think this has all the makings of one that's going to end early and be fun one to watch.
You're going under 2.5, right?
Correct.
Gotcha. All right, under 2.5, as well as Lou Betya. Patrick, what are you liking for this fight here?
I've contained myself as long as possible, being disciplined on this show. I am taking the Derek Brunson round 3 submission at +5,000.
Yes!
Jumped off the page. I do have a bet on that, 0.1 units. And I'm surprised on DraftKings it's still there because 0.1 units for me is $1 million. So I'm surprised I haven't moved the line this week. But overall, in most worlds, I think Dricus Duplessis should win this fight. But I tend to agree with the money line being around like -200 or so on him. Brunson is going to attempt so many takedowns on Dricus that we've seen Dricus's cardio, not go all the way on empty, but go on low in a couple of spots here. So I have trouble seeing, Derek Brunson letting Dricus back up if he secures that takedown without getting, bopped over the head. So getting bopped over the head and knocked out certainly could happen in this spot. But if not, man, he could drown Dricus into round 3 and grab up his neck the way he did Darren Till and the way that Dricus just did to Darren Till as well. What if he completes that full circle and Derek Brunson round 3 submission on Dricus Duplessis for +5,000? Give me that.
I love
Plus
that.
5,000.
I love this human being.
One unit to win 50 units to take the lead.
If I lose because of that, respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
That'd be some major respect there. I like it. Thank you, Patrick, for blessing us with that +5,000. I don't know if anyone's gonna beat that. Lou, you got
I threw a draw out last time I was on the show at +5,000. So stop. Stop.
Fair enough. You think there'd be a draw on this card, maybe?
No, but I'm rooting for Pat now. And by the way, I have 5. We talked about this earlier. I have $5 on that prop. Like, you cannot ignore the Brunson round 3 sub here. And for reference, for all you people watching, I hit this against Darren Till, round 3 sub exactly. He was +2,200 in that fight, round 3 submission. I remember that day gloriously. So +5,000 for a guy who has shown cardio issues and has a breathing issue. Dude.
I just feel like nothing should be +5,000 that you've seen happen before in the UFC.
Yeah, I mean, literally, his round 3 sub is the same odds as a draw in any fight.
Yeah,
it's bananas. So, Pat, I'm betting it.
Let's go.
Like I kind of hope you hit it, but also, like Norm Macdonald would say, allegedly, but also not really.
R.I.P. Norm.
All right. We'll move on to the featured prelim here, the last prelim before we get on this main card. We got Cody Garbrandt going against Trevin Jones. I will let you kick this one off, Gordo. What are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, this is the one where I was gonna be fun, gonna take a play, but I can't compete with +5,000. We're just gonna take a 0 off of it instead. Give me Cody Garbrandt decision +500. I think it's still available. It might be 5 dimes, so I actually have to check that.
I think it's 500 on FanDuel, I think.
Oh, give it to me then. We didn't talk about this fight a lot. Garbrandt is an ex-champion. We all know that he is going to be the better fighter. It's just the biggest hole in his game is being bonked. So in this fight, if you're betting on Trevin Jones, you're not betting on Trevin Jones. You're betting on Cody Garbrandt walking into something. So I think that he's able to utilize many facets of his game to avoid being bonked for 15 minutes. And +500 is a bit absurd for the decision, in my opinion. Cody Garbrandt decision +500.
All right. I'm going to take a similar route. I mean, Gordo, me and you were talking about this prop earlier in the week, and it has moved a little bit. But yeah, the Garbrandt decision only is currently minus 165 on DraftKings. I'm going to go with that. I think Garbrandt is the much better fighter in this matchup. But the only thing you got to worry about with Cody at this point is the chin. And I don't know, Trevin Jones is weird because outside the UFC, I think Trevin Jones has maybe 1 or 2 knockouts. So all of a sudden he's coming into the UFC and has this crazy power punching ability. But yeah, I think as long as Cody's chin holds up, he makes it look easy. Like if this fight goes the distance, I struggle to see him losing a decision against Trevin Jones, who literally does nothing at all the entire fight. So give me that decision only. I think it may void if Trevin Jones catches him or maybe Cody catches him, but I actually think this fight goes the distance as well. And the prices on this are kind of freaking me out a little bit because I just don't see a ton happening in this fight for it to even finish. But I get the fact that, Cody's chin is gone, but he should win this fight. Decision only for me, minus 165 on DraftKings Sportsbook. Lou, what are you liking for this fight here?
I mean, Gordo is the one that brought the 125 to my attention during the week. Like, he's like, Gordo is basically like, how many millions of fucking I'm sorry for the curse. How many millions of units should I put on this? And I'm like, man, because has Jones ever won a minute in the UFC?
No.
Like, I don't think he has. He has no decision equity. But if I pass here, then I have to pass on another fight. Man, you know what? Screw it. And I lost value here too. Let's take Garbrandt decision plus 400. Let's go. Pat's a jerk, and he's a jerk.
I am.
He's a big meanie, and I gotta make sure that I can hit like 3 props and like not be in last. So I'm gonna I really do like, and look, this fight honestly plays out 1 of 3 ways. I don't think it's not binary, it's trimary. Either Trevin Jones bonks him on the 3rd, and this is my yam bag special, is this fight.
Gotcha.
Jones either because he's gonna counter strike, so his 3rd strike of the fight, he bonks him. Cody goes old school because he's way better everywhere in this fight. Honest to God, he's got him covered in every facet of the game. Cody goes old school and just swarms him. Or Cody goes, and this is what I think is likely, he goes a little more conservative. He goes to the wrestling. My concern is that Cody's not a great control time guy. He's good at getting takedowns and then kind of not doing much of them. But Trevin Jones is good at really, doing nothing. So Cody could take him down. Trevor Jones get up. They can go 2 minutes. The crowd can boo. I'm holding the Cody decision ticket. I'm loving every second of it. And also doesn't Cody win every kind of close decision here? Isn't there isn't there riggery toward him? They want a 1,000,000%. So give me Cody decision plus 400. I have all these minus 160 bets and then a plus 2,000. And a plus 500, now plus 400. So I can't wait to break even.
We'll see. I gave you the plus 500 there on FanDuel Sportsbook, so even better for you, Lou. Patrick, what are you liking for this fight here?
Yeah, I mean, I like the Garbrandt side too. I like the fact that he's, finally getting a deserved step down in competition, reset the competition level a bit here. And I know it's on short notice, so it wasn't the original plan, but he's better everywhere. I think he should get this done, unless that narrative is real and his chin actually is just made out of, pixie dust at this point. But I'm going to pass on this one just because I don't have a real confident lean, and there are some better fights on here to put my money behind. But I do like that Garbrandt decision at plus, what did you say, plus 500 for Lou? That's a good prop. I do agree with that one, but pass for the show.
Can I say something before we move on?
Yep.
We're talking about blood money, Cody, our buddy Cody. This to me, he was so high on Sakai last week about the step down, about a guy that's been knocked out a bunch of times. A lot of the same vibes here, kind of with
yes, exactly,
a big step down from a dude that's been chinned a bunch of times, just and a line that's not wide. A lot. The only thing that's different is the weight class, but a lot of the same kind of feelings about this fight.
Yep. Makes sense to me. All right.
And also I took Dontel Mays last week, so I don't know anything. But
yeah, I don't know what happened there, but it happens. We all make
he stinks. What happened is he stinks.
Yeah, it was hard to watch, and I was on Sakai and it was still hard to watch. Honestly, that was bad performance by Mays there. But so these are the prelims thus far. Gonna quickly go through these guys for anybody that's just tuning in and missed it, and then to make sure we got everything correct here. So I'm taking Ribovic's finish only plus 182, Boschrat round 3 decision minus 145, passing on the Ricci fight, taking Simon. The fight doesn't go to decision, minus 138, taking Gary KO plus or minus 130. Marc-Andre Barrio over 1.5 rounds, minus 180. Vivian Araujo money line plus 100. Duplessis inside the distance, minus 120. Garbrandt decision only, minus 165. I have one pass thus far. That means I have to pass on 3 fights on the main card, which is interesting. Lou Betya got the pass. Martinez split plus 2,000. Gary KO minus 130. Marc-Andre Barrio fight starts round 3 minus 110. Vivian Araujo money line plus 110. Duplessis under 2.5 minus 180. Garbrandt decision plus 500. Patrick taking Rajabov money line minus 240. Passing on the Boschrat fight. Taking Ricci fight goes to decision minus 275. Taking the Martinez money line plus 220. Gary inside the distance minus 190. Marc-Andre Barrio money line minus 142. And Araujo money line plus 100. Brunson round 3 sub plus 5,000, passing on the Garbrandt fight. Gordo taking Ribovic's finish only plus 182, passing on the Boschrat fight. Ricci decision minus 125, passing on the Martinez fight. Gary to win in rounds 1 or 2 minus 134. Marc-Andre Barrio fight starts round 3 minus 110. Vivian Araujo plus 100 on the money line. Duplessis under 2.5 minus 180. And then Garbrandt decision plus 500. Is that all correct, guys?
Very nice.
Good. Looks good. All right, so hosting, tracking, it's a tough job. But
I enjoy pass plus 2,000 on the
You're
legend.
killing it, Brady. You're killing it.
I'm enjoying the way it looks. And look at Pat. Look at this Pat plus 5,000. Look at the balls on this guy.
I got to get something crazy going. I'm doing all chalk this week.
Edit the muscles out. Edit it out again.
No. You can't edit out the biggest arms in the Midwest. You can't do it. It's not humanly possible.
You can try to do it, but you can't do it.
I edited it out.
All right, guys. If you have not, smash the like button. We do have 200 of you in here. I know we had the ceremonials going on, other things going on, but do appreciate you guys hanging out. We typically go live every Saturday before the prelims, but I will be in Vegas, so I needed to get this done on Friday, and I didn't want to miss the show. I didn't want to take the week off because this is going to be a very, very good card here. But yeah, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, go subscribe to these guys, all the information down below. Go check out the standings down below as well. We're a couple cards in. I think we have one guy with 4 cards, and that's Weezy. A couple guys with 3, a couple guys with 2. Gordo has 1. This is actually a second here. So, yeah, go check out those standings and also go check out the best bet rules as well. All right.
Gordo's on like Canadian currency shit for like his standings too. It's weird.
It's all worth less.
It's ridiculous. When he moves to America, it's all different.
Okay,
Gordo comes in with a piece of paper with a goose on it. And it's like, hey, how's this? What does this buy me?
Yeah. No more of this "you" in the words. No more of this.
Gotcha. All right. Moving on to the main card, we got Bo Nickel. Man, I'm so excited for this fight. I have a big play on the under 1.5 in a parlay, but for this show, I'm passing. Not much to say. I think Bo Nickel gets it done. Hate to be going out here and passing on this fight, but there's not much I can really do at this point. Everything's been smashed. There were some good looking props earlier in the week, like the Nickel sub was like minus 120, sub 1 was like plus 145. I know Lou Betya got on some of those, but as of now, I'm gonna pass on this. Bo Nickel should roll here in the first 2 minutes. I think it's between a minute and 2 minutes. I think he gets picked out of there, but no bet for me. Pass. Lou, what are you liking on this fight here?
Lou's ready to jump through the screen at you, passing on his Bo Nickel.
I'm betting it, though. I have the under 1.5.
I mean, like I can't say any of the things that I want to say because they're all absolutely awful. Like, gonna get you thrown off YouTube. I already did it on the channel, so it's fine.
Okay.
What's round 1 sub still?
You can look it up. Round 1 submission for Mr. Bo Nickel looks to be. Really? Plus 100.
Yeah. For more thoughts on how I feel about this, watch any of the shows I've done this week. I'm gonna go. I'll be back.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so Lou is taking the sub 1 for Bo Nickel at plus 100. And Gordo, what do you like in this fight?
Yeah, I guess that would be a way to look at it, but I'm just going to go simpler. I'm just going to take Nickel by sub minus 140. Line has moved. Line is juiced. I get why you're passing. I'm going to try my best to try to still cash in on the phenom that is Bo Nickel and try to take that minus 140 there.
Yeah,
Short breakdown like this fight should be.
Yeah. I wish I wouldn't have passed. I kind of like that that sub 1, but I already passed. Patrick, what are you liking for this fight?
Yeah, I'm with Gordo here. I like that submission just straight up. Whenever he gets it done, it's been the path that he's been taking so far. It's probably going to go to the mat just like his first Dana Contender Series opponent in like 5 seconds to hit the mat. So I think it'll be, him clubbing Jamie Pickett over the head and then grabbing his neck or one of his limbs and getting that tap.
All right. Sounds good. Looks like we're all on the same page there. Bo Nickal should get it done and get it done pretty early. Moving on to the next fight on the card, we have probably the people's main event. Like outside of the main event, this is probably the most talked about fight on the card. We got Jalen Turner going against Mateus Gamrot. We will start with you, Patrick. What are you liking on this fight here?
I like the Gamrot side quite a bit. I do have a money line bet on Gamrot. It was like probably the first bet I made goes at minus 175. Now the money line has moved quite a bit in the favor of Gamrot, and that's pretty scary getting at those odds into like minus 210, minus 220, because Jalen Turner's he's a stud and he's got all the physical advantages here, but still he has not really had success over a wrestler in the UFC, and this is one of the best wrestlers in the UFC period, in my opinion. So it's going to be a huge test for him. So I am taking the Gamrot money line. How many passes have I done so far? I've done just a Bosch rut, and yeah, this will actually be another pass for me as well. I got a weird feeling about Jalen Turner. There's something special about him for sure, but overall, I think Gamrot does win.
All right, so Patrick, you have 1 pass left. Lou, you have 1 pass left. Are you using that pass on this fight, or what are you looking at here?
Pass.
Perfect.
I favor Gamrot.
Yes.
I do. I have a bet on Turner, but at the numbers here, I got him early in the week. I like Gambus the shit out of this week. I got like crazy CLV, like crazy good CLV this week. At these numbers though, like I know he's plus 185 on one book, but like Turner's very finish dependent for me. He is, and Gamrot can drown him, and like man, like I have no confidence in this fight at all. I just can't do it. Like, and I like the 3 fights that we have coming up, so I'm gonna pass.
All right, Lou with the pass. Gordo, what do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, this is going to be the chalkiest bet I have in this card, which is saying something because I ain't got the balls to play no plus 5,000 anywhere. But I will just take the chalky Mateus Gamrot money line. I don't care. I think he should be favored the way he is, and I think he is able to get it done. I love Jalen Turner though, which is sad for me to go against him. But give me Gamrot on my best bet.
All right, I'm trying to decide where to go with this. I'm going to get a plus money play in here. I'm going to take Gamrot to win this fight inside the distance. I actually think he finishes Turner. The problem is, like, I feel like that's somewhat of a hot take, but I'm not getting hot take plus money for it. Only plus 138 for Gamrot inside the distance. But yeah, Turner's been knocked out 3 times. I'm actually kind of leaning sub, though. Give me Gamrot to finish Turner at some point. Would like a little bit better of a price there, but they're not giving me it, but I'll take Gamrot inside the distance plus 138 there. Moving on, we have the biggest weight miss on the card. A big weight miss from Jeff Neal. He's taking on Shavkat Rakhmonov. We will start with you, Lou. What do you like in this fight here?
Well, I'm worried now. I have a tracked bet on this fight starting the 2nd round, but like, man, Neal looked crappy and like he's cheating. This is crappy. That like this fight got rebooked and he came in heavy. I know he's never weighed in heavy again. Like it's the first time he's ever weighed in more, but like, man, that's a crappy look. So like I saw Shavkat's minus 150 in the distance. I'm not gonna get cute here. Like just Shavkat by like absolute violence.
Give him minus 135 on DK, which I'm looking at right now.
Is that really still the line on DK?
Oh yeah, it came down. Yeah, Shavkat by death.
Yep, by KO or submission on DK, minus 135.
Shavkat by Senko commissions death.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, for me, I'm going to pass on this fight. I like violence quite a bit. I liked it even prior to the Jeff Neal weight miss fiasco. I like it a lot more now, but I can't really give out like a minus 260, nothing like that. I'm gonna pass here. If I was forced to play something, it probably would be that Shavkat inside the distance. Actually, kind of a wild line, honestly. Minus 135 for a guy that is minus 500 to win on the money line, and a guy that has a 100% finish rate doesn't make a ton of sense to me. But I'm gonna pass on this one. I got to use up some of these passes because I didn't do them earlier. So give me a pass on this one. But I like Shafkat inside the distance quite a bit. Gordo, how about you? What are you liking for this fight?
This fight's given me it just scared me. I don't think that Neil is able to keep up with a guy like Shafkat, but something's off. So I'm going to pass on this one. And yeah, I'm just going to pass on this one. I didn't say it as sexy as Lou Betya has, but I will pass on this one.
Fair enough. Patrick, how about you?
I mean, you laid it out for me perfectly, Brady, by saying how insane and weird of a price that is for minus 135 Shafkat inside the distance for a guy that's got 8 submissions, 8 knockouts, looks like a savage. We got a guy in Neil who just missed weight. So, yeah, I'm more confident now. I mean, Jeff Neal is certainly a tough test, and this money line is one of these spots where it was booked earlier in the year. It should be as inflated as it is, but give me that inside the distance for Shafkat here.
Sounds good. Sounds very good. All right. Co-main event. We have about 10 minutes left. We're doing pretty good on time here. You guys are doing great on the panel. You guys in the chat are doing great as well. We got Valentina Shevchenko going against Alexa Grasso, and I will let you kick this off. Gordo, what are you liking here?
Yeah, I see a lot. I see actually more love for Grasso than I really expect in this spot, but I don't think she has the physicality to keep up with someone like Valentina in the clinch exchange and the wrestling. Give me Valentina inside the distance. I didn't get to the betting window on it, and that's the beauty of the show is because I haven't bet it yet, but I can take it here as my best bet. So give me Valentina inside the distance, minus 130, I believe is the best line, but this was a couple hours ago. I wrote it down.
All right, double check here. Shevchenko inside the distance. I like minus 130. It works. Lou, how about you? What are you liking for this co-main event?
Same pick for me. She's gonna remind people after that Santos fight. Like it's crazy. And by the way, I'm like 100% on her. I know the show's not about this. I'm like crazy 100% on her in DFS. She is so dependable. She just wrecks people, and she is gonna. I don't know what Grasso's path is here at all. It's not on the feet. It's 100% not on the ground. So yeah, Shevchenko in the distance. I have a prop on round 3, round 4 tracked, just so you guys know. Like I like that plus 600, but for the show in the distance, let's go, dude.
All right,
statement win.
I hope you're right. I would like to see a statement win for sure. For me, I agree with you guys there, but I'm taking a different route. I'm taking the same game parlay on DraftKings. I think Lou, you pointed this out to me earlier. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Valentina plus the over 1.5 is sitting at minus 145. Like she's a minus 800 favorite. I think that's a really good way to get this price tag down. I think she probably does finish eventually in this fight, but I don't think it's early. She has no finishes in the first round of the UFC. So yeah, I like Valentina plus it over 1.5, minus 145. I think it's a great way to play Valentina this week. Patrick, how about you? What do you like for the co-main event?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just copy and paste that bet because I had the fight starts round 3 was, how I thought this was going. Mexican toughness of Grasso. I think she could hold her own for at least that long. After that, I like the late finish props for Valentina, but yeah, I'll take that. That's a crazy combined parlay odds there. What was the price on that for just Valentina to win it? It's over 7.5 minutes.
145.
Yeah, I'll tell you on that for sure.
Yeah, someone needs fired. Shout out to Lou for bringing that up earlier in the week.
Somebody is getting fired for that.
Yep. All right. Let's move on to the main event. We got Jon Jones going against Ciryl Gane. And I will kick this off just because I don't have much to say about it. I mean, I think it's a phenomenal fight. I'm really looking forward to watching this fight as a fan. As a better, no, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm using my pass on the main event. There's just a ton of question marks on Jon Jones here. 3-year layoff, coming up a weight class. The last time we saw Jon a couple of years ago, he wasn't looking that great to begin with. I can't put in no props stick out for me, nothing on this fight. It's just going to be a straight up pass. I'm going to be rooting for Jon Jones, but I just can't put my money on the guy. Patrick, what are you liking for the main event here?
Yeah, this is my last pass as well. And, for my own wallet, my own bankroll, I'm passing on this fight just the same. I mean, I do like the only prop that really sticks out to me that I like is the overs in this spot. Like the over 3.5, the fight starts round 4, the over 4.5 if you're feeling real dicey about it. But what do we really know about Jon Jones coming back after 3 years? What do we know about, his game plan in this fight? Will he wrestle? And if he's going to wrestle lately, he's been doing it later in the fight. You'd hope that he does it early in this fight. Now he's bulked up to a new weight. There's just so many questions. So I can't really put my finger on it, but just for the fact of neither guy has been finished before, I would imagine this goes late. They're both pretty defensively sound. So that's how I would attack this, is the overs, but pass.
All right, passing as well. Lou, you do not have a pass left, so we're going to hear a bet from you. What are you liking in the main event?
Well, what would it be without a show, without a split effing decision? And this was my first tracked bet of the week. I love this fight to go the distance. I think it's going to be a really weird fight. I think it's going to be 2 rounds of kind of like what's going on. So many unanswered questions with Jones. Can he get the trips going? I think Gane's going to be faster. He's going to be happy to dart in and out. I love this fight to go to split decision. I have a tracked bet on the split on both sides of it. Jones is plus 800, which is weird. It's plus 500 split left. I looked. Gane plus 1200. Bananas for a line this close. It's so disparate split props, but plus 500 split goes.
All right, taking the split, the good old split. Lou hit the.
I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do one show. You know it.
Yeah, you hit 2 split decisions, and I think in the first week, I think you hit 2 of them on one show.
I hit one.
One.
I missed a
I
5.
swore you hit 2. Maybe it was 1. I don't know. I forget, but I know you hit 1 for sure. That's a fact. I think Gordo. Let's see. I think you have to pass on this fight, man.
Yeah, and you know what? I love Lou, man. Come on, give me that split decision. I can't take it. I'm going to pass. And I told myself the second this fight was announced that I did not want to bet on this fight. I wanted to enjoy the comeback of Jon Jones. I want to see how the 3-year transformation goes. And I told myself I wasn't going to bet on it, and I'm sticking true to that. I'm going to pass on this fight. I'm going to sit back, watch it as a fan. But now I get to cheer for a split decision to help out my Uncle Lou.
Let's go. Love helping out Uncle Lou. All right, guys. About 5 minutes left. We're doing perfect on time. I'm going to quickly go through everybody's bets, and then we're going to, at the end, give the best bet on the entire card, your favorite bet, and we're going to, if you cash that bet, you're going to double your profit. For example, say my best bet's Viviane Araújo. If I hit that bet, it's 1 unit doubled, so it'd be 2 unit win for that bet. So for me, I'm taking Rivic's finish only, plus 182 to start off the card. Basharat round 3 or decision, minus 145. I'm passing on the Ricci fight. I'm taking Simon fight doesn't go to decision, minus 138. Taking the Gary KO, minus 130. Marc-Andre Barrio over 1.5 rounds, minus 180. Viviane Araújo, money line, plus 100. Duplessis inside the distance, minus 120. Garbrandt decision only, minus 165. Passing on the Bo Nickel fight. Gamrot inside the distance, plus 138. I'm passing on the Shavkat fight. I'm taking Valentina plus the over 1.5 rounds, minus 145. And then I'm passing on the main event. My favorite bet on the entire card, it's got to be that Valentina in that over 1.5, minus 145. I really do like that line. I really do like Valentina. And I think she wins this fight, but I think it comes later on. Lou, you're doing the pass, and you got the split at plus 2,000 for the Martinez fight. You're taking you're taking Martinez by split, plus 2,000. You're taking Gary KO, minus 130. Marc-Andre Barrio fight starts round 3, minus 110. Viviane Araújo, money line, plus 100. Dricus, under 2.5, minus 180. Garbrandt decision, plus 500. Nickel sub, plus 100. You're passing on the Gamrot fight. Shavkat inside the distance, minus 135. Valentina inside the distance, minus 130. Jones, split decision with Gane, plus 500. Lou, is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet of the card?
It's all correct. And I can't not best bet Bo Nickel sub 1. I mean,
Okay.
I'm literally I can't wait.
Yeah, I love that bet. I wish I wouldn't have passed, and I could have took that, but I got the pass out of the way there. Gordo, or we'll go to Patrick. Patrick, you're taking Razabov money line, minus 240. You're passing on the Basharat fight. You're taking Ricci fight goes to decision, minus 275. Martinez money line, plus 220. Gary inside the distance, minus 190. Marc-Andre Barrio money line, minus 142. Vivian money line, plus 100. You are taking Brunson round 3. Submission, plus 5,000. You're passing on the Garbrandt fight. You're taking Nickel sub, minus 140. Passing on the Gamrot fight. Shavkat inside the distance, minus 135. You're taking Valentina and the over 1.5, minus 145. Then you're passing on the main event. Patrick, is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet for the card?
Yeah, Brady, you do a great job of hosting and filling this out correctly. Everything looks good to me. I will take that Shavkat inside the distance as the best bet.
Nice. I like that. Like that a lot. And then last but not least, we got Gordo. Gordo, you're taking the Ruvix finish only, plus 182. You're passing on the Basharat fight. Ricci, decision, minus 125. Passing on the Martinez fight. Gary, to win in rounds 1 or 2, minus 134. Barrio, fight starts round 3, minus 110. Viviane Araújo, money line, plus 100. Duplessis, under 2.5 rounds, minus 180. Garbrandt, decision, plus 500. Bo Nickel by submission, minus 140. Gamrot, money line, minus 210. You're passing on the Shavkat fight. Valentina inside the distance, minus 130, and then you're passing on the main event. Gordo, is all that correct? And if so, what is your favorite bet on the card?
Yes, all of that is correct. And I've been thinking, I still don't have a bet confirmed as my best bet. I don't want to be that guy, but I am going to take my most juiced bet and make it my best bet. Give me Gamrot money line. I got to beat Lou. That's all that matters to me.
Money line minus 210. All right. We did it. Going to kick it around here. Lou, let the people know where they can find you, where they can find your content. I know you just got done doing a show a couple hours ago. Tell them a little bit about that.
Yeah, don't worry about any of that. Just watch the prop show Wednesday that I did with Patrick and Cody, Blood Money MMA, Blood Money Bets. Went over just the prop side of this. You don't need me to tell you who to bet side by side, but if you want some cool props, it's a cool way to look at it. Lou Betya on Twitter, MMA Engine, MMA Engine, MMA Engine. Follow all these people on the show with me. They are way better than me. Thank you.
Cannot wait to see how Lou does this week. He's been killing it thus far. Gordo, let the people know where they can find you, what you have typically going on for some content.
Yeah, I mean, this is only my second show, so I get the chance to catch up here. My bets are made in Canadian dollars, so they are worth a little less, like Lou said. But you know what? We're still going to try our best, try to catch up to everybody. I appreciate everybody breaking down the fights because it is a stacked card. So I wish everybody the best of luck. You can find me on Twitter at GamblesGordo. Just posted my entire my slate of bets, and find me on YouTube at Plays and Fade Sports. Got my whole card breakdown there. DraftKings betting should be a very, very fun card. Best of luck to everybody.
And last but not least, we got Patrick. Patrick, let the people know where they can find you.
Hold on, guys. I am Patrick, aka Addicted to Combat. You can find me on YouTube at Addicted to Combat, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok over there with Brady, pumping out quick picks. And yeah, man, I do my full card breakdowns on Mondays and my live streams on Tuesday or Wednesday. And my full bets come out on Thursday. So go over there, give me a subscribe. Let's talk fights. Enjoy this card.
Yes, sir. Do want to shout out Steiny saying the greatest panel of all time. Appreciate that, Steiny. Love you, boys. Brady, Lou, Gordo, Patrick for the win. Appreciate you, Steiny. Does mean a lot. Yeah, guys, like, subscribe to the channel. I will be back on Monday with Uncle Weezy for Stat Diggers, Pub Sports Radio, and then we're going to be doing Probability on Tuesday on the MMA Engine. And yeah, this March is going to be an awesome time for fights. You know, we have this card. We have UFC 286 later in the month. We got UFC San Antonio. Just a lot of great cards coming up. So make sure you are subscribed so I don't miss out on it. Best of luck for UFC 285, and we will talk to you guys soon. See you later.